Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I have 9 orders going out today, but before we get to that, I did a little buy. Someone reached out to me that I've bought games from and systems from before, and he said, hey, got some stuff, I'm about to move, think you can make me an offer on all of it? And I said, okay, give me a minute. And what I do is I try to offer about 30% if it's something I want, because then, you know, I'm trying to give them a fair price, but also I have to make money. So that's kind of it. So I roughly went through, totaled it all up. You can see I went through each item and tried to come to some total off of just a few pictures and then offered 30%. He countered, said, hey, if I throw a couple more things in, will you give me an extra $5? I said, yeah, not a problem. So I got this box for $105. For someone who's a reseller, this box is not to be discounted. This would cost me, you know, $1.50 at the store if I wanted it. This is a great box. So bonus box. But the things he said he'd throw in for the extra $5 was these 2 Pokemon VHS. I actually have this one listed for sale right now, but this one is worth about $10. So I said, okay, sweeten the deal for both of us. I like it. Underpaid as far as total value. There was a bunch of Atari games. All I could see, they were in a box, and I could only see the top of them. So I just did a rough count, and I estimated $1 a piece because they're Atari games, and some of them are worthless, basically. But what I didn't know, because I could only see the tops, a bunch of them were Atari 7800 games, which do tend to hold a little more value for just a single cartridge. So I'll actually make some decent money on those. And if I remember right, there was about 40 of them. And what I'm going to do, because I'm probably not going to test them, I have a unit for sale that's for parts only, so I could pull it off the shelf, clean it, get it working, because I didn't test it at all, so I could test it, and then test all the games. But unless one is a super high dollar, I don't think so, I'm probably just going to do 2 lots, an Atari 2600 lot, an Atari 7800 lot, and just get it moving. There were cleaning cartridges for N64, for Super Nintendo, and I think there's a, yeah, right here, there's a regular Nintendo one too. These don't have a ton of value for resale because they don't really have much of a collector value, and you can buy them brand new. The N64 and the Super Nintendo, I'll actually keep those because I don't have one. And then the NES one with the box, maybe that's $9.99 free shipping. I don't really know, but not a ton of money. And then there was a bunch of games. Wii U, Xbox 360, Xbox One. No amazing titles that I see offhand. Nothing that sticks out in my mind. Unfortunately, both of these DS games, Pokemon Y, there's no Pokemon Y in there. Just the cases. I'll still sell those. Those might be, you know, $9.99 free shipping, $7.99 free shipping, because people with the game like to have the original case and the original manual and all that. So sometimes just the case alone, especially with like your GameCube, Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, just boxes and cases, just manuals, you can sell by themselves. The reason I was like, okay, this is going to be good anyways, because even if there's no big scores, there's a lot of stuff I can lot together. There's an Assassin's Creed lot right there. Basically what looks like every Just Dance for the Wii. So I think I'm going to lot that together. I could sell those individually. I haven't made that decision yet. As a whole lot, I think this would be a prime listing because somebody looks at it and goes, wow, I could just get all of them. One shot. People do like that. Lego games are, in general, worthless. And I'm talking worthless because they are the most overproduced games, period. They just make crazy amounts of them. They're throw-ins when you buy a system half the time, but when you can lot together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, now it's worth listing, now it's worth selling, now it's worth somebody buying it. Again, with the Rock Band as well. There's one of these that is higher value, like shockingly high value. I want to say it's Rock Band 2. I don't remember. I just sold it not that long ago, and it might not have been for Wii. It might have been for Xbox. I'm going to check them all anyway, just because that's who I am. I can't stand that nagging thought of possibly I let a big score go. I have to check. It is a crutch, but it has also worked in my favor many times. But I might end up lotting all those together as well. So all around, great, easy listers. Love listing games if they have some value. Then there was 2 loose DS games, not worth much. Probably lot that with some other DS games that aren't worth a lot. And then 2 systems, pretty banged up on the one, and also the other one appears to be missing. I guess I didn't really notice that when he sent me the pictures. So that's unfortunate. Hopefully it works, but it doesn't appear like this is going to be a functioning system. I don't really know. I don't know how much functionality is supposed to be in this panel right here. That's a bummer. But either way, 2 systems, even if they're not working, is still decent money. I think for a broken Wii, you get 30 bucks plus shipping, something like that. I don't remember exactly. But overall, I'm going to make some good money here. And these are very easy listers. Things with a barcode, things you don't have to scan. I mean, things you don't have to look up. You can just scan. Boom, there it is. So I look forward to that. The reason I went ahead and pulled all this out is because I'm pretty good about when I buy it, that's the first thing getting listed. Doesn't matter, price, whatever. Just, that's how I keep my death pile low. It comes in, it gets listed, then the next thing that came in gets listed. But I was watching the live over on Cat Nurse Flipper's channel, and Jimmy, what's his name? Old School Flips. Jimmy Old School Flips. Haven't watched his channel before, but he seems like a real cool dude. He was saying that when he comes back from vacation, what he'll do is he'll have a stack of games or something that's quick, easy listers. And how he phrased it was give yourself a win, something like that. Like, oh, it was take the win. Don't force yourself to go through the drudgery. Take the win when you have it. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to bump these up to the front of the line because why not? Take the win. I can get maybe all of these games listed today. Probably not the Atari, but all the other ones with the barcode, like I said. So I'm going to take the win. I'm going to get these listed. Most of them, if not all of them, which will be a huge bump to quantity in my store, value in my store, and I can do it quickly, ramp up to a next tier as far as how many items I have in my store. Bump it up quickly. So 105 for all this. Let me know you think I scored huge. If I'll break even, I think I know what your answers will be. All in all, I think it's going to be great. Okay, so now that I've filled up my counter and I have no place to pull or pack things, let's go ahead and pull some orders. First thing going out, B3A is a Wii charging station. B3A, that's this. Okay. It's a Nyko, I think is the brand. It's an off-brand. Not worth a ton of money. The only reason I have this is because we needed some batteries, and the cheapest listing I could find for Wii batteries came with a charger that we didn't need, so just listed it. $8.99 free shipping. Not a bunch of money, but it helps pay for the batteries that I bought. Next up, A4 is an official OEM Xbox 360 power supply right there. And I took an offer, actually I countered 23 plus shipping. I had it listed $29.99 plus shipping, but I looked, cheapest one available was 23 plus shipping. I don't mind matching price with the bottom because I like to sell things. $23 plus shipping. Next up, A2 is a Nutristal pan. A12. This is not a fun shelf. I gotta not put stuff on this shelf for a while. Or maybe sell some things from it. That's helpful. All right, so this is a little pan with a thermostat on the top. And just these thermostat, this just screws right out. But these, I think you get about 20 bucks for just the thermostat. So I probably should have considered just pulling that off just because shipping would have been less. And my profits probably would have been higher just selling that. I'd have to check the price again. Maybe they're $14.99, not $20. Then that would be a difference. But I got $26.99 plus shipping. Next up, C1 is a AT&T landline. This is the most effort I've ever gone through for a $10 sale in my life, but it was worth it because it's sold and it's gone. It's a very old listing. They reached out. I sent them an offer. They said, hey, the shipping seems to be really crazy on this. You think maybe you could put it in a flat rate or something else? They sounded like they knew what they're talking about. So I said, I'll at least check. I went back because it's a very old listing. So I went back and I just pulled the item out and weighed it. And I was able to knock a pound off just because I had overestimated. That's how I used to do it. I would just add a significant amount of weight to all of my items because I didn't want to mess up the shipping. And then slowly I've gotten better at nailing in the range of where something's going to fall. And so I reduced it by £1, said, hey, I changed the shipping, and then they paid the full price, not my offer price. So that's great for me. I make more money that way. So $9.99 plus shipping. Glad to see it go. Next up, it's a book, Miracle Bridge at Mackinac. Right here. If I can get this one out. There we go. Miracle Bridge at Mackinac. It's a book about the Mackinac Bridge, which, if you don't know, is connected to the tip of the mitt. Something, I just saw something in here, which I find often in books. Eldred Auction House, Americana Paintings, Michigan 624, Mighty Mac, Britannica.com. I don't know. Interesting note, but that book right there, $12 free shipping. Next up is a Leapfrog Mr. Pencils backpack. I think this might be the last one I had. Got these retail arbitrage. And today is April 1st, so that is the day that, of course, it's April Fool's. USPS switches over with their new above a certain size added charges. I think that's supposed to happen today. Hopefully, eBay just takes over and just tacks all those charges onto the sales. If not, I really need to go through stuff and make sure I don't have anything extreme. I don't think this is going to be over. Because what was the cutoff? Like 22 inches? 24 inches? Yeah, that's going to be fine anyway. I think. I hope. $15.29 plus shipping. I'd paid, I think, $7 a piece for these. But what happened is they went on clearance. $7 a piece. I bought like 5 of them. And then when Walmart restocked them, they lowered their MSRP price. So then I had to go and lower all my listing prices and made it not such a good buy. And then next up, A2 is a Arcopal. Let me double check the picture because I have a lot of these in different styles. Hanorine, cup, coffee, France, blue, white, farmhouse. It looks like blue roses maybe. Probably should have put that in the listing. Right there, and I think those are blue roses. That would have been a better keyword selection than the ones I went with. But that cup right there, $13.49 free shipping. I would have paid $0.25. Next up, it's a book. Final Fantasy 13 Strategy Guide. Right here. Final Fantasy 13 Strategy Guide. And I paid, I think, less than $0.25 for that. $7.99 free shipping, so good thing, because not a ton of money. And then glad one of these finally sold. I don't have a SKU number, but I know where they are. Protect on their covers for a child's tablet. And then they have a cool little kickstand on the back. I got these retail arbitrage at Walmart, $1 a piece. And I got 3 or 4 of them. $13.49 free shipping. It was on sale, I can tell, because of the weird price. But I figured these would have sold much faster. Either way, I'm happy with the profits on that. Multi-quantity, barcode to scan, took 2 pictures, maybe 3 if I was feeling froggy. All around, good buy there. Pretty easy, straightforward packing day. Great news because now I can get onto listing these games. And like I said, I'm going to get through as many as I can. All of them is probably a stretch because it's Friday, so that's family night. Last week was my pick. Ooh, did I make a mistake? Decided to go with a movie instead of a game. People just weren't, I could feel the mood was let's go with a movie. So I just start scrolling through Disney Plus. I see the picture for the movie. I see the thumbnail and I go, oh, I remember that movie from my childhood. And I said, all right, it looks kind of cheesy 80s, but sometimes those are good. Sometimes those are terrible. This one was terrible. But I saw that the movie length was 45 minutes. And I said, one way or another, that's great. Because at least if it's bad, we're in, we're out. If it's good, bonus. It's a movie called Fuzz Bucket. Because when I read the title and saw the picture, I went, Fuzz Bucket, I remember that. But I couldn't remember anything about the movie. But I could remember watching the movie multiple times. I remember it being a movie that I used to watch. It's so bad. Just, if you're a fan of the, like, over-the-top, terrible 80s movies, you'll love it. It's got your Jim Henson style Muppetry, but like your discount Jim Henson. So terrible and scary, like super scary. I don't know why I would have watched it. Maybe that's why I remember it. Maybe I watched it and was terrified, and therefore it stuck in my head. But even as I was watching it, I didn't remember most of the movie except for one scene. I was like, okay, this, I remember this, specifically this scene. The rest of it, it wasn't like it was coming back to me, but so bad. Just the worst ever. Like, just couldn't hold the kids' attention. I almost said, hey, let's just turn it off and start something else, but that's not how we do it. We stick it out. Today's Jen's pick, I think we're going to play Parcheesi or Sorry, one of those. We're trying to get back to games. We're going to do it. And last Friday, I said, you know what? I'm going to take off a little early, going to go enjoy the weather. It's nice out, maybe go for a walk. And you go, yeah, whatever, Drew. Do that whenever you want. Do it on a weekend. Do that. Yeah, okay, yeah. Do that whenever I want. Sure. Yeah, because then the next week, it looks like this. Yeah. Snowy, frozen. We got 2 inches of rain. I had a pond that froze in my backyard that has now snow on top of the frozen pond. Whew, Northern Michigan. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.